Andaman and Nicobar Islands is a union territory of India consisting of 571 islands, of which 37 are inhabited, at the junction of the Bay of Bengal and the Andaman Sea. The territory is about 150 kilometers, 93 miles, north of Aceh in Indonesia, and separated from Thailand and Myanmar by the Andaman Sea. It comprises two island groups, the Andaman Islands, partly, and the Nicobar Islands, separated by the 150 kilometers, 100-mile, wide 10-degree channel, on the 10 degrees north parallel, with the Andaman Islands to the north of this latitude, and the Nicobar Islands to the south, or by 179 kilometers, 111 miles. The Andaman Sea lies to the east and the Bay of Bengal to the west. The island chains are thought to be a submerged extension of the Arakan Mountains. The territory's capital is the city of Port Blair. The total land area of the islands is approximately 8,249 square kilometers, 3,185 square mi. The territory is divided into three districts: the Nicobar district with Car Nicobar as its capital, the South Andaman district with Port Blair as its capital, and the North and Middle Andaman district with Mayabundar as its capital. The islands host the Andaman and Nicobar Command, the only tri-service geographical command of the Indian Armed Forces. Hinduism is the predominant religion in the Union Territory, with a significant Christian minority. The Andaman Islands are also home to the Sentinelese people, an uncontacted tribe. The Sentinelese are considered to be the only people currently known to not have reached further than a Paleolithic level of technology. However, this is disputed, as evidence of metalwork was found on their island. There are 572 islands, 30, in the territory, having an area of 8,249 square kilometers, 3,185 square miles. Of these, 38 are permanently inhabited. The islands extend from 6 degrees to 14 degrees north latitudes and from 92 degrees to 94 degrees east longitudes. The Andamans are separated from the Nicobar group by a channel, the 10-degree channel, some 150 kilometers, 93 miles, wide. The highest point is located in North Andaman Island, Saddle Peak, at 732 meters, 2,402 feet. The Andaman group has 325 islands, which cover an area of 6,170 square kilometers, 2,382 square miles, while the Nicobar group has only 247 islands with an area of 1,765 square kilometers, 681 square miles. Seashore at Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The capital of the Union Territory, Port Blair, is located 1,255 kilometers, 780 miles, from Kolkata, 1,200 kilometers, 750 miles, from Visakhapatnam, and 1,190 kilometers, 740 miles, from Chennai, 2533. They are grouped with South India. The northernmost point of the Andaman and Nicobar's group is 901 kilometers, 560 miles, away from the mouth of the Hooghly River and 280 kilometers, 170 miles, from Myanmar mainland. Indira Point at 6 degree 45 10 N and 93 degree 49 36 E at the southern tip of the southernmost island, Great Nicobar, is the southernmost point of India and lies only 200 kilometers, 120 miles, from Sumatra Island in Indonesia. The only volcano in India, Barren Island, is located in Andaman and Nicobar. It is an active volcano and had last erupted in 2017. It also has a mud volcano situated in Baratang Island. These mud volcanoes have erupted sporadically, with recent eruptions in 2005 believed to have been associated with the 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake. The previous major eruption recorded was on February 18, 2003. The locals call this mud volcano Jalki. There are other volcanoes in the area. This island's beaches, mangrove creeks, limestone caves, and mud volcanoes are some of the physical features. Ross Island was renamed as Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Island, Neil Island as Shahid Dweep Island, and Havelock Island as Swaraj Island. The PM made this announcement during a speech at the Netaji Stadium, marking the 75th anniversary of the hoisting of the Indian flag by Bose there. Flora. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands have a tropical rainforest canopy, made of a mixed flora, with elements from Indian, Myanmar, Malaysian and endemic floral strains. So far, about 2,200 varieties of plants have been recorded, out of which 200 are endemic and 1,300 do not occur in mainland India. The South Andaman forests have a profuse growth of epiphytic vegetation, mostly ferns, and orchids. The Middle Andamans harbors mostly moist deciduous forests. North Andamans is characterized by the wet evergreen type, with plenty of woody climbers. The North Nicobar Islands, including Car Nicobar and Batamalv, are marked by the complete absence of evergreen forests, while such forests form the dominant vegetation in the central and southern islands of the Nicobar group. Grasslands occur only in the Nicobars, and while deciduous forests are common in the Andamans, they are almost absent in the Nicobar. The present forest coverage is claimed to be 86.2% of the total land area. Nicobar pigeon. This typical forest coverage is made up of 12 types, namely: Giant Evergreen Forest, Andaman's Tropical Evergreen Forest, Southern Hilltop Tropical Evergreen Forest, Canebrakes, Wet Bamboo Brakes, Andaman's Semi-Evergreen Forest, Andaman's Moist Deciduous Forest, Andaman's Secondary Moist Deciduous Forest, Littoral Forest, Mangrove Forest, Brackish Water Mixed Forest, Submontane Forest. This tropical rain forest, despite its isolation from adjacent landmasses, is surprisingly rich with a diversity of animal life. About 50 varieties of forest mammals are found to occur in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Some are endemic, including the Andaman wild boar. Rodents are the largest group with 26 species, followed by 14 species of bat. Among the larger mammals there are 2 endemic, citation needed, varieties of wild boar, Sus scrofa andamanensis from Andaman and Sus scrofa nicobaricus from Nicobar, which are protected by the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, SCHI. The saltwater crocodile is also found in abundance. The state animal of Andaman is the dugong, also known as the sea cow, which can be found in Little Andaman. Around 1962, there was an attempt to introduce the leopard, which was unsuccessful because of unsuitable habitat. These were ill-considered moves, as exotic introductions can cause havoc to island flora and fauna. Elephants also can be found in forested or mountainous areas of the islands. They were brought over from the mainland to help with timber extraction in 1883. Elephant on the Andaman and Nicobar seashore. About 270 species of birds are found in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, 14 species of which are endemic. The island's many caves are nesting grounds for the edible nest swiftlet, whose nests are prized in China for bird's nest soup. The islands also serve as a stopover site for several migratory birds such as Horsfield's bronze cuckoo, Zappy's flycatcher, and Javan pond heron. The territory is home for about 225 species of butterflies and moths. 10 species are endemic to these islands. Mount Harriet National Park is one of the richest areas of butterfly and moth diversity on Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Tourism to the Andaman and Nicobar Islands is increasing due to the popularity of beaches and adventure sports like snorkeling and sea walking. Plans to develop various islands under NITI, National Institute of Transforming India, AIOG, is also in progress. Luxury resorts with participation from the government are set up to plan in Avis Island, Smith Island, and Long Island. A statue of Vinayak Damodar Savrakar at Cellular Jail. In Port Blair, the main places to visit are the Cellular Jail, Mahatma Gandhi Marine National Park, Andaman Water Sports Complex, Chatham Sawmill, Mini Zoo, Corbin's Cove, Chadia Tapu, Wandower Beach, Forest Museum, Anthropological Museum, Fisheries Museum,